Okay, after my failed experiment doing a live video, so to speak, talking about a gaming what if for a game called Sleeping Dogs, I was like, you know what? Yeah, no, I was gonna attempt to make another video, but then that failed because I was like I couldn't figure out what to talk about. But you know what? I figured out what I'm gonna talk about because I'm taking a trip down memory lane here. Um, in the past couple weeks, there's been a famed actor making a resurgence. Rightfully so. He deserves all the fucking credit, all the attention, all the love and praise. The man I'm talking about here, I think he could be up there with Keanu Reeves in terms of just how much people can love him. And that man is none other than Brendan Fraser. Or how Dickie Roberts would call him, Brendan Frazier. But um, after so many weeks, I finally got around to checking out this Blu-ray collection of the Mummy movies I ordered, and it's like in a fucking badass steel case with the sarcophagus like logo on the front of it for the key to slot into. So fucking no, the Book of the Dead, not the sarcophagus, the Book of the Dead. It's so fucking badass, and I'm not even a half an hour into the film, right? Okay, no, never mind. 40 minutes in. And I am just cackling at this film. Not in a bad way. Let me fucking make that perfectly clear. I'm not laughing at it because The Mummy's a bad movie. No. Like, to me, the sequel was always the best one. But as the years gone on, like as I thought back to the original Mummy and all that shit, I, I feel like after I watch this film, my stance is gonna completely fucking change, and I'm gonna be like, nah, the Mummy Returns. No, that's not the best one in the series. It is the Mummy, the original, and within 40 minutes, I got like so many fucking gags. Um, between the fuck was it? There was one scene right on the boat when the Magi storm the boat trying to get the map and the key, and O'Connell and people are trying to shoot their way out of the boat to get off of it. There's a part where the prisoner like warden officer that made a deal to get O'Connell off the rope in the previous scene. He's like, O'Connell, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And O'Connell, in a serious demeanor, he's just like, stay here. I'm gonna go get us help. And without batting an eye, the warden is just like, okay, I'll stay. And O'Connell just fucking yeets himself off of the fucking boat. It's one of those like it's the perfect balance act between like serious action and fucking comedic humor that just fucking slaps perfectly in such a way it just makes you fucking laugh. And then another scene later on is when they're on the beach line shortly afterwards. I have it verbatim what that scene is, where Benny is just on that side of the river. He's just going, "Hey O'Connell, looks to me I've got all the horses," and O'Connell just quickly like snaps right back. "Hey Benny, looks to me I'm on." Ah, fucked it up. Great, now I'm doing a disservice. "Hey Benny, looks to me you're on the wrong side of the river." I'm doing it injustice, but I gotta fucking, I gotta say it. And then finally, the scene that just made me just do this fucking rambling here. When they're finally doing, it's like consecutive back to back to back. They're on the race to Hamunaptra, and Benny is just being a bad sport. He's beating O'Connell with a fucking whip, and O'Connell just does not take any more of that shit. He fucking yanks Benny off the goddamn fucking camel, and you just see Evie just running past him, just going, serves you right. Like, such a goody fucking two shoes. So fucking innocent. But it just got me thinking, man. Like a movie 20 years ago that, by all accounts, is as simple of a story as you can get. Bunch of guys going into a cursed city for fame, fortune, and glory, unleash an evil fucking curse, a man that was condemned to all eternity to be undead. And they somehow gotta fight this guy while he tries to resurrect his dead fucking ex girlfriend. And it's just a simple premise, but it just fucking works. And that's like cinema 20 years ago. And I just think nowadays, like with all the Marvel films and just like all like the movies that come out nowadays, they almost feel like they're like there's a good like 3 to 4% of the movies that come out. It's like, okay, those aren't too bad. But then like the other like 97, 98% are just like direct to video trash. Even though direct to video doesn't exist anymore. It's more along the lines of like direct to stream. Like if your shit goes direct to streaming, you've done something wrong. And it's like you just look at like Disney Plus or Netflix or anything really. And you're just like, oh, I'm not interested in any of these fucking movies. It's like how some people say, especially like the critical drinker, like some movies are just like bankrupt on ideas that they gotta like remake movies, like the fucking Little Mermaid remake. I I was trying to find a way to fucking insert this into a fucking video. I guess this will work. Um, with the Little fucking Mermaid, it's like they're remaking it into a live action, and it's like, look, say what you will about me. I will say it first. I was upset they're making the Little Mermaid black. Say what you will. Me personally, I don't think that's a good fit. You know, it's like me. I'm cool with Samuel Jackson being Nick Fury because it's Samuel Jackson. If you manage to get him into a fucking role, he's gonna knock it out of the park. Like, come on, it's Samuel Jackson. I have a poster of Pulp Fiction with John Travolta and fucking Samuel the Man L. Jackson just fucking staring down at me with their fucking pistols right now. They're fucking cannons. I know Nick Fury, I think, was, a white guy in the comics, and Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, that kind of worked out because he's a fucking reputable actor, but it's like them just like race swapping the Little Mermaid, it did rub me wrong. It still kind of does, but you know what? I don't care about that. What I care more about is the fact that, like I saw an article the other day on my Google feed about how they're going to remove the whole element of it being a love story, and that, oh, it's just Ariel trying to like find her place in the world or find her own path, like she doesn't need the love of a man or some shit. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, look, I vaguely remember the Little Mermaid. I vaguely remember the story, but as far as I can remember, like, yes, I believe that like the undertones of her wanting to go up on the land to see what that world is like, curiosity, exploration. I feel that shit was like probably in her mind, but wasn't like the sole catalyst for her need for that journey was that Prince Charming, whoever the fuck that guy was on the boat where the ship sinks and he's like marooned out at sea, and like I think she like saves him. Like she just develops a fucking crush. It's like that love story was the catalyst, and it's like if that's not going to be the catalyst, then what's the fucking reason for the Little Mermaid just like wanting to go up on the land? It can't just be sheer curiosity alone. Like that love story was the catalyst, and then just removing that, you're taking away a good chunk of the film. Um, fuck it. Tangent aside, going back to Brendan Fraser. It's like when I look at the Mummy, it's a part of cinema that's just long lost, where it's like they actually had original ideas. Because I know the Mummy was like kind of a action filled reboot. I think. Let me think here. Can't make any comparisons. But I mean, I know there was like an original movie called The Mummy, which was a lot more toned down. It was more of a horror movie because that's where the fucking mummy came from. But what they decided to go in this direction was, make it have some horror elements, but make it more action comedic. And let's just face it, Brendan Fraser, like, come on, the man, the myth, the legend. And I even looked at like his Wikipedia page about his filmography. Like, he was in some old movies. He was in Encino Man, a great one. You know, fuck. What the fuck was the line? Fuck was the line? I'm gonna fucking butcher this, but I gotta do it. Stony is the biggest vato you've ever witnessed, buddy. Oh! I know I got that fucking butchered, but Encino Man was like one of those great films. Another one was Airheads. The Lone Rangers. Oh god, like I remember some of those movies with Brendan Fraser, but I feel to me like The Mummy was his smash out success as fucking O'Connell, and it's just been so fucking long since I've seen The Mummy, and like I know I'm putting on nostalgia glasses. Like there are a couple of bits where it's like a little bit wishy washy, mostly in terms of the presentation. Like I know this is like a Blu-ray HD version 1080p, but obviously they can't fix up all the you know the um the things of how they filmed the past, like the grain and shit. But oh man, just even I'm only 40 minutes in, and I know there's probably gonna be more I'm gonna enjoy. Oh, I can't wait to get to the part where fucking O'Connell just tosses that fucking chair at Benny. I remember seeing that on YouTube like a few months ago. I was like, I gotta watch the movie again. But I really do hope like my prediction comes true that after just watching The Mummy and then going into The Mummy Returns, I'm just like, nah, man, I gotta give that fucking crown to The Mummy. I can't say The Mummy Returns is top dog. I mean, it's still good in my opinion. I remember watching that shit a million times, but I don't know. I guess The Mummy just feels a little bit more original. It's an open shut book. It's kind of like open shut book, Book of the Dead. It reminds me of games like God of War or Metal Gear Solid when they're first made. There's like no real idea of a sequel. Let's just take Assassin's Creed for example. When that was made, like there was a clear cliffhanger at the end where the game ends and you're in your room waiting to be executed. But there was like the fucking the symbols on the wall when you went to Eagle Vision, clearly setting up a sequel. But when you look at something like God of War, how that ends, you just you kill Ares, you become the new God of War, you sit on your throne, you just see like all throughout human history, like all that shit was dictated by Kratos being the god himself up on Mount Olympus. They obviously didn't think they were gonna make any new games after that, so obviously that shit doesn't hold true with the later games because spoiler, Kratos has a little bit of fun with some of the other gods' heads, so to speak. Spoilers. I already fucking spoiled the game. Anywho, and then there's what the fuck was that other game? Metal Gear Solid. And how you walk off into the sunset with the lady, so to speak. Like the classic spy thriller, ending. Well, you get the lady if you manage to succeed at a certain minigame. And to those that ever play the game, do not give up. Keep tapping that fucking action button. Do not give up. Unless you want the other reward, then I don't blame you. But yeah, those are like kind of like have like clear like beginning, middle, and ends. That's it. That's all you gotta play, and you could just be content for life. Even though you'd be missing out on like 5 other fucking games that have even wackier stories and great gameplay. But with the Mummy, minus cutscenes, I reckon it's like an hour and 40, hour and 50 minutes. Clear cut case. Beginning, middle, end. Hero gets rescued by the girl. Nice, switch there. They go to the city, they unleash the evil, they gotta figure out how to stop it. Everybody teams up together. There's some sacrifice, there's some destruction, but the hero comes out on top at the end of the day, fucking stops the evildoer, saves the girl, and then, an interesting twist, thanks to Betty, they fucking go off to the sunset with a shit ton of riches on the back of their camels. And that's it. Great fucking cinema for a couple of hours. Great action flick, great characters, great story, clever writing, humor, action, all of that in one. It just sucks, older films nowadays, they can, do a way better fucking job than, fucking modern cinema. Modern cinema nowadays is just, like the only thing that literally gets the best traction is either something off of Netflix or something coming out of Disney, the umpteen fucking Disney show or Disney movie or a fucking remake of a fucking series that they really just gotta leave the fuck alone. Creative bankruptcy, I think that was the term. And I think, I read it best whenever I was looking at the comments of fucking My Little Mermaid, the trailer for the remake, there was a comment saying, it's like they were comparing it to the Lord of the Rings about how, I gotta look it back up 1 second. Oh my god, I'm trying to find the fucking quote, but I love how everybody's just in on the joke, and it's just literally nothing but people making up scenes out of the goddamn trailer. I fucking love it. Oh my god. I really wish I could see the dislikes to this video. I really fucking do. Jesus fucking hell. I love the part where Ariel meets David Hasselhoff at the marine gift store known as Shell City. Next, she hops on his back and catches a ride to Bikini Bottom, her hometown. In case you're not familiar with The Little Mermaid lore, I'm giving this movie a 10 out of 10. Oh, God. Fucking hell, man. It never ends. It never ends. I love the part where she snapped her finger and said, "I'm Iron Man." You know what? I probably wouldn't mind Ariel being Iron Man. She'd be a contender. Okay, I don't know if this is the exact one, but to basically sum up why there's all these joke comments here, I'm going to read a comment by Wide and What. I know this isn't the exact same one because it was an older comment, but I guess, this guy managed to copy and paste what the original guy said. Wow, I forgot this used to be a Mummy video. Anywho, to everyone confused with the comments, when this video first came out, people started to give a lot of criticism, so Disney started to delete it all at the same time that a bunch of similar positive comments started to appear saying, "I love when Ariel did this. I love when they're done that." They've done that. Whoops. So instead of saying what they meant, they started to play along by saying they love something that isn't there to mock protest. It also seems to be a reference to Lord of the Rings. Evil cannot create anything new. They can only corrupt and ruin good forces have invented or made, because Disney, Hollywood, doesn't seem to do this because they care, but because they want easy money and praise while not creating anything new, because apparently POC and women aren't worth the risks. So by making parodies of already established franchises, they get points with people who are nostalgic and who want representation while not putting up the work. Yeah, it sounds about right. But no, just that it's that quote about, Lord of the Rings, evil cannot create anything new. They can only corrupt and ruin good forces have invented or made. That's basically it. Like, everything is just a remake now, or a trend of the same old idea. But I mean, especially with Disney, it's like, what? They already remade The Lion King, they're remaking Pinocchio, they're fucking remaking Snow White, apparently. And I mean, I'm fucking scared. I can't wait to see what, the remake to Toy Story is like. I can imagine they'll do a live action Pixar film at some point. But I mean, just Jesus Christ, like that's the industry nowadays. It's creatively bankrupt. Oh my God, the Pinocchio movie's already out. Oh, Jeremy Johns, please tell me you're lying. Ugh. Oh God. The industry's fucking bankrupt, and the only way I can enjoy my fucking cinema is literally just by watching older fucking films. Anyway, I know this is probably getting a little too long here. To those that stuck around, I just want to say, Brendan Fraser, you deserve all the fucking acclaim you're getting. I hope you get many more great roles. I haven't seen all your films, but I still remember you from where I first saw you. The fucking money. Rick O'Connell. Please keep on doing what you do. Get all the best roles possible. Stay safe. Just, fuck yeah. Anyway, this is another, experimental here. I guess I could tack on movies now in addition to, gaming and fucking anime, even though I haven't really been doing much of the anime shit. But that's all for this fucking rambling here. Hopefully, once I have a slightly better setup, you guys may one day see me, in the flesh, so to speak. But yeah, that's all. YouTube chant, like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about Brendan Fraser. You think he deserves all this fucking praise? Answer, yes, he does. And if you've never seen The Mummy, I would totally recommend you watch it. Not the remake with Tom Cruise. I'm talking about the original remake with Brendan Fraser. And also, I have to admit, Evie, after, seeing her in a couple of scenes, oh my God. I know it's a movie made in the late 90s, but if that's what 20s women used to look like, what the fuck happened to women nowadays? But anyway, that's all for the Rambling Manager for now. I'm getting back to my fucking movie. You guys stay safe. Watch some good fucking movies. And, yeah. Ciao.